जय श्री जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 25th of January. It is a Magha Masa or Madhava Masa, Sukla Paksham and Saptami Tidi. So there is one event today in the calendar. So that is the appearance day of Shri Advaita Acharya, fasting up till fasting until afternoon. So this is for the Advaita Acharya's appearance day. So we shall read some few lines from the special Vaishnava days. Okay, so some essential truths about the Advaita Acharya from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 6, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Because he is not different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. Shri Advaita Acharya is indeed directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. His glory is beyond the conception of ordinary living beings. Mahavishnu performs all the functions for the creation of the universes. Sri Advaita Acharya is his direct incarnation. That Purusha creates and maintains with his external energy. He creates innumerable universes in his pastimes. By his will, he manifests himself in unlimited forms in which he enters each and every universe. Sri Advaita Acharya is a plenary part of that Purusha and so is not different from him. Indeed, Sri Advaita Acharya is not separate but is another form of that Purusha. Advaita Acharya helps in the pastimes of Purusha with those material energy and by whose will he creates innumerable universes. Being the reservoir of all auspicious attributes, Sri Advaita Acharya is all auspicious for the world. His characteristics, activities, and name are always auspicious. Mahavishnu creates the entire material world with millions of his parts, energies, and incarnations, just as the external energy consists of two parts, the efficient cause, nimitta, and the material cause, upadana. So Maya being the efficient cause and Pradhana the material cause. So Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes two forms to create the material world with the efficient and material causes. Lord Vishnu himself is the efficient, nimitta, cause of the material world, and Narayana in the form of Sri Advaita Acharya is the material cause, Upadana. Lord Vishnu, in his efficient aspect, glances over the material energy, and Sri Advaita, as the material cause, creates the material world. Although the Samkhya philosophy accepts that the material ingredients are the cause, the creation of the world never arises from dead matter. The Lord infuses the material ingredients with his own creative potency. Then, by the power of the Lord, creation takes place in the form of Advaita. He infuses the material ingredients with creative energy. Therefore, Advaita is the original cause of creation. Sri Advaita Acharya is the creator of millions and millions of universes, and by his expansions, as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he maintains each and every universe. Sri Advaita is the principal limb, Anga of Narayana. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of limb or Anga as a plenary portion of the Lord or Amsha. O Lord of the Lords, you are the seer of all creation. You are indeed everyone's dearest life. Are you not, therefore, my father Narayana? Narayana refers to one whose abode is the water born from Nara, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And that Narayana is your plenary portion. All your plenary portions are transcendental. They are all absolute and are not creations of Maya. The verse describes that the limbs and plenary portions of the Lord are all spiritual. They have no relationship with the material energy. Why has Sri Advaita been called a limb and not a part? The reason is that limb implies greater intimacy. Sri Advaita, who is a reservoir of virtues, is the main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is identical in all respects with the Lord. As he had formerly created all universes, now he descended to introduce the path of bhakti. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explained the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Since he has no other occupation than to teach devotional service, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is he is the spiritual master of all devotees and is most revered personality in the world. By a combination of these two names, his name is Advaita Acharya. Okay, there is furthermore information about the glories of Advaita Acharya. I shall share it. It's a very long read. Okay, when Advaita Acharya he worshipped Krishna with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganges and called for him in a loud voice, thus Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on earth accompanied by his personal associates. Okay, so that is about Advaita Acharya. So today is fasting until afternoon. And also today is the Saptami. It is also called Radha Saptami. Radha Saptami is the movement of the sun. He moves from um, one constellation to another constellation. I think this is the one. So it marks the sun, not the northerly movement, Uttarayana, of vernal equinox starting from Capricorn. And also on this day, many people somehow, especially in the South India, they offer respects to the sun god and call his names. 12 names of the sun god is Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Ahanu, Kag, and Poshan, Hiranyagarbha, Marichi, Aditya, Savita, Arka, and Bhaskara. So, and then people they just prepare an offering of kheer made of wheat is shown to the sun. Okay, it is again respects to the sun. Okay, that is also the Saptami. Many people they worship and do auspicious things today. Okay, that is another event. Okay, that's all from the event's perspective. We shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्ण in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura when Vidura inquired more questions to clear up his doubts. So yesterday, Maitreya Muni said that so Brahma has performed penance for 100 celestial years. Virinchopi tata chakre divyam varsha satam tapaha. Divyam varsha satam tapaha. So 100 celestial years he has performed the penance. How he has performed? Atmani Atmanam Aveshya completely engaged himself into the devotional service, absorbing himself into Krishna. In another way, Krishna conscious. Atmani Atmanam Aveshya. Yataha Bhagavanajaha. As Lord was instructing Brahma, exactly he did the penance in the similar way. So Virinchopi Chakre Divyam Vasha Satan Tapaha. Atmani Atmanam Aveshya Yataha Bhagavanajaha. So after saying that, Maitreya Muni further he is saying, after he performed penance for 100 celestial years, what Brahma has done. So Brahma, he is sitting on the lotus flower and lotus flower is in the water. And when he's sitting there, there is the very fierce wind. Wind was blowing. The violent wind, very strong and violent wind. So during that time, that lotus flower and himself, they are moving. The lotus flower and himself were moving by the violent wind. Okay, that is what is happening. Okay, just only that point. Maitreya is saying to Vidura. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 10, verse number 5. तद्विलोक्य अब्जसम्भूतो वायुना यदधिष्ठितः पद्मम् अम्भस्य तत्काल कृतवीर्येण कम्पितम् तद्विलोक्याब्ज sambhuto tadvilokya, and Brahma is looking that tadvilokya abja sambhutaha, whose source of birth was lotus flower. Tadvilokya abja sambhuto vayuna by the air. This is the very strong and violent wind. Vayuna yad adhisthitaha padmam ambasya tatkala. So this is tatkala krita. This is all one particular activity. By the violent wind. So what is happening? Yad adhisthitaha padmam ambasya tatkala. In due course of time, that lotus flower, which is situated in the water, yad adhisthitaha padmam ambasya tatkala kalakruta viryena kampitam. Kalakruta viryena kampitam. Tatkalakrita is which was affected by the eternal time, Viryena by its inherent force, Kampitam trembling by Vayuna. By the violent winds, that lotus flower was trembling. Likewise, Maitreya Muni is mentioning to Vidura. Brahma is observing what is happening to that lotus flower. He is situated on the lotus. तद्विलोक्याब्जसम्भूतो वायुना यदधिष्ठितः पद्मम् अम्बस्य तत्काल कृतवीर्येण कंपितम्. The translation. Thereafter, Brahma saw that both the lotus on which he was situated and the water on which the lotus was growing were trembling due to a strong, violent wind. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can request Dineshwari Jahnava Devi Mataji to read this purport, please.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandar Pranam. Hare Krishna devotees. Dandar Pranam. The material world is called the illusory because it is a place of forgetfulness of the transcendental service of the Lord. Thus, one engaged in the Lord and devotional service in the material world may sometimes be very much disturbed by the awake world circumstance. There is declarations for war between the two parties. The illusory energy and the devotee, and sometimes the weak devotees fall victim to the onsolates of the powerful illusory energy. Lord Brahma, however, was sufficiently strong by the causeless mercy of the Lord, and he could not be victimized by the material energy. Although it gave him cause for the anxiety when the managed to uh, totters the existence of his position. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing the material world. Generally, whenever there is a big problems which is unconquerable, they compare it with Vayuna Ghanavalihi. And Ghanas are also uh, the wind, the clouds. The clouds will be moved by the force wind. In such a way, everyone's lives are moved by the the nature. So the comparisons are given, mentioning that the wind is so powerful. Okay, so that is what it compares into the miseries of this world as well. So the material world is called illusory because it is the place of forgetfulness of the transcendental service of the Lord. As soon as we are given particular any one object, immediately we try to focus on it and try to how to use it, how to enjoy it, how to relish it, and how we can utilize it, because that is an object. Similarly, we are different from the body and material objects. Because we have got this body, we always try to use this body for the sensual pleasures, for our pleasures. That is because we are trying to focus on the body, how to enjoy, but we forget about our constitutional position that we are a soul, we are different from the body. See, that is called illusory energy of the Lord. The material world, when children are playing, for example, a 6 months baby, so still lying on the rock, and a baby is given some kind of rattle and doing playing things. He's always trying to do all those things, and then using his hands and then legs, keeping his legs into the mouth and playing with his hands like that. So it is a toy for him. His body itself is a toy, playful thing for him. How to enjoy and utilizing all these features. Okay, it is the illusion energy, but as long as their life is in their body, it will try to use that body and try to enjoy the material nature. That is the forgetful condition. But when we are coming to the point that we are not the body, then it is the kind of a situate himself in the devotional service, transcendental service of the Lord, like Brahma. When he is now stopping all materialistic activities and situating himself in the penance, then that is the real constitutional position, absorbing in Krishna, Atmani Atmanam Aveshya. When that is one point, and when we have got materialistic activities, we cannot stop the materialistic activities. If we wanted to survive, we need to feed some food and we need a livelihood as well. We cannot stop that one. Krishna says that one has to perform the activity. Karma is to be done. But when that karma uh, is for sense gratification, means only for the survival of body, it is kind of a amayo yasha bhutanam. It is kind of a disease, hridroga, or a diseased condition. But if it is meant for, I wanted this body so that I can utilize for the Krishna consciousness, a spiritual development, then that activity will turn into the medicine. That activity turned into Tadevi Amayam Dravyam. This Narada Muni says to Vyasadeva, Amaya Yasha Bhutanam Jayate Yena Surata Tadevi Amayam Dravyam Punati na Chikichitam Punati Punati na Chikichitam. So that will dravyam, it will become a medicine. That activity become a medicine. How it will be? While you are fulfilling your desires, at the same time, you are offering all the results of those activities to Krishna. So here, both desires are fulfilled. Paradharma, Swadharma, both are fulfilled at the same time. So you are not entangled in the material world. At the same time, you remember the Lord. Okay. And thus, one engaged in the Lord's devotional service in the material world may sometimes be very much disturbed by awkward circumstances. So we may see so many of, as soon as one becomes a Krishna consciousness, sometimes even the father becomes a enemy, family members become enemies, and they're always uh, somewhere or other disturbed. So this is awkward circumstances. We practically see. So there is a declaration of war between the two parties, the illusory energy and the devotee. And sometimes the weak devotees fall victim to the onslaught of the powerful illusory energy. So the Kapil Bhagavan describes Asevayayam Prakritir Gunanam. But one should not serve the material energy. Asevayayam prakrutir gnanam. Jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena. One must acquire knowledge and detachment. Jnanena vairagya vijrumbitena. Yogena maya arpitaya cha bhaktya. By devotional service, it will come automatically. Yogena maya arpitaya cha bhaktya mam pratyagatmanam iha vrunde. One would attain that perfection of human life while he is in this body itself, living in this body. So likewise, Jnana Vairagyuktena Bhakti Yuktena Chatmana Paripasthiti Udasinam Prakritim Cha Hatavodasam Prakritim Cha Hatavodasam. The nature does not act on the person who is engaged in the devotional service. Hatavodasam, its influence is diminished. Material nature's that power is diminished on a devotee. Hatavodasam. Otherwise, it is very that comes like Krishna says, Mam eva prapadyanti mayam etam tarantite. That is devotional service. Otherwise, Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya dhuratyaya. It is powerful illusory energy. It is very difficult to cross. If he is a weak devotee, he will fall victim to the onslaught of the powerful illusory energy. So here Lord Brahma, however, was sufficiently strong by the causeless mercy of the Lord, and he could not be victimized by the material energy. Although it gave him cause for anxiety when it managed to totter the existence of his position. So Brahma has performed all his penances before he sees the Lord and after he sees the Lord and after, but still he is going through all those miseries. So that means in Krishna consciousness, before coming to Krishna consciousness, they will also go through some miseries. After coming here also, they will also face those things, miseries. But now they know how to counteract those miseries. They have got knowledge. Jnanena vairagya, vijrumbitena. They got the knowledge and detachment. By that they will conquer it. So that is the strength. So Brahma was sufficiently strong. He could not be victimized by the material energy. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada is describing here. Okay, so that is Tad Bhilokabhya Sambhoto Vayuna Idadistitaha Padmam Ambasya Tatkalha Prataviryena Kampitam. So when we are in the ocean, if there is a wind is coming, when we are in the ocean in a small boat, and when the wind is blowing, this boat will go this way, that way, like that. But if that boat is fixed to one point, like if there is any kind of pole is installed in somewhere in the ocean, and then if that boat is fixed to that pole for time being, then it will not be in danger. Likewise, Krishna consciousness is fixed in one's life, then he is not in danger anymore. He knows his boat is always protected. That Krishna also mentions to Arjuna in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. All of one's activities must hold a center point, that is Krishna consciousness. Matparaha. Okay, so likewise, here Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. Tadvilokyaabja sambhoto vayuna yadadistitaham padmam ambasya tatkala krutaviryena kampitam. Can I request devotees kindly repeat line by line? Tadvilokyaabja sambhoto
Atvilokya
That below,
Asvitu
sorry.
Tilokya
Tadvilokya abja sambhoto. 3 words.
Okay.
Tadvilokya
Tadvilokyabja sambhoto
That below Vyakya Sambulo
सम्भूतो
Sambhuto.
Bhuto.
तद्विलोक्य अब्जसम्भूतो
Tadvilokya.
Vilokya Sambhuto.
अब्जसम्भूतो
Abjasambhuto
Abja Sambhuto.
वायुना यद् अधिष्ठितः
Vayuna
Vayuna.
यद् अधिष्ठितः
Yat
Yad
Adhistata
Adhistata.
पद्मम् अम्बसि
Padma
Padma Ambasya
Ambadasya.
पद्मम्
Padma
अम्बस्य
Ambaschit.
अम्बस्य
Padma
Ambashcha.
Ambasya
Padma Avashcha. Ambashcha.
तत्काल
Tatkala
Tatkala.
कृतवीर्येण
Krutaviryena
Kirtabidena.
कम्पितम्
Kampitam
तद्विलोक्य
Tadvilokya
Tadvilokya.
अब्जसम्भूतो
Abja
Abjasambhuto
Sambhuto.
Sambhuto.
वायुना
Vayuna
Vayuna.
यद् अधिष्ठितः
Yat
Yad
Adhistata
Adhistata.
पद्मम् अम्बस्य
Padma
Padmam
Ambasya.
Ambashcha.
तत्काल
Tatkala
Tatkala.
कृतवीर्येण
Krutaviryena
Ena.
कम्पितम्
Kampitam
Kampitam.
तद्विलोक्याब्जसम्भूतो
Tadvilokya Vyajya Sambulo.
Sambhuto.
वायुना यदधिष्ठितः
Vayuna
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 Yad
Yad
Adhistata.
Adhistitaha.
पद्मम् अम्बस्य तत्काल
Padmam Ambasya Tatkala
Ambasya. Tatkala.
कृतवीर्येण कम्पितम्
Krutaviryena Kalpitam
Katavirena
Nana
Kampitam.
Kampitam.
अगेन तद्विलोक्याब्जसम्भूतो
Tadvilokya
Tadvilo
Absambhuto
Vyajya
Abhya
Sambuto.
Sambhuto.
वायुना यदधिष्ठितः
Vayuna
Vayuna
Yad
Yad
Vayuna
Adhistitaha.
Adhistitaha.
पद्मम् अम्बस्य तत्काल
Padmam
Padmam
Ambasya
Padmam Ambashcha
Tatkala
Tatkala.
कृतवीर्येण कम्पितम्
Krutaviryena
Kritaviryena
Kampitam
Katavirena
Kampitam.
Kampitam.
once again तद्विलोक्याब्जसम्भूतो
Tadvilokya
Tadvilokya Vyajya
Tadvilokya
Sambuto.
Sambhuto.
वायुना यदधिष्ठितः
Vayuna
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 Yad
Adhistata
Adhistataha.
Yadastitaha.
पद्मम् अम्बस्य तत्काल
Padma
Padmam
Padmam
Ambasya
Ambashcha
Ambasya
Tatkala
Tatkala.
Tatkala.
कृतवीर्येण कम्पितम्
Krutaviryena
Kritaviryena
Katavirena
Kalpitam
Kampitam.
Kampitam.
very nice. Okay, can I request devotees kindly take a turn to recite? Gaurangi Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, do you recall me?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. Tadvilokyabja sambhuto vayuna yada adhistitaha padmam ambasya tatkala krita viryena kampitam. Can I repeat again, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Tadvilokyabja sambhuto vayuna yada adhistitaha padmam ambasya tatkala krita viryena kampitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji, please. Meena Mataji. Usha Mataji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
You can hear me? You call me?
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Tadvilokya Sambhuto Vayuna Yad Adhistit Vayuna Yad Adhistitaha
Padmam Ambhascha Tatkala Krutavirena Kampitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. तद्विलोक्याब्ज सम्भूतो वायुना यदधिष्ठितः पद्म अम्बश्च तत्काल कृतवीर्येण कल्पितम्. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Dineshwari Jahnadevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. तत्तबिलोक्यब्ज सम्भूतो वायुना यदिष्ठितः पद्म अभ्यश्च तत्काल कृतव्ययेन कम्पितम्.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Jai
you, Prabhu.
Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Yes, please accept my humble obeisances and forgive me for any mistakes. Tadvilokyabja sambhuto vayuna yad adhisthitaha padmam ambascha tatkala kruta viryena kampitam. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So that is Tadvilokyabjasambhuto Vayuna Yad Adhisthitaha Padmam Ambhasya Tatkala Krutavirena Kampitam. So Brahma is sitting on the lotus flower, and the lotus flower and also the water were moving by the violent wind, trembling, Kampitam. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. I think today letter to. Can anyone remember yesterday's date? What it was?
Wasn't yesterday to Gerald?
Gerald, yes, Mataji. Just trying to see that. Is the January letter? Mataji?
February, maybe.
February, okay. Yes. Okay, so today letter to Rupanaga, February 19th, 71, Gorakhpur. Jai Mataji, would you like to read this letter, please?
Yes, yeah, thank you, Hare Krishna. So, my dear Rupanuga, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your kind letters dated from London and Buffalo, respectively. I am also pleased to learn of favorable reports of your touring, and you'll be pleased to know that preaching work in India is going on nicely. At present, we are staying at Gorakhpur, one of the important cities in northern India, and we are for the present guests of Gita Press authorities. Temporarily, we have installed very nice deity, and people come here to attend lecture and aarti to the fullest extent. I'm negotiating with local university authorities to donate a piece of land within the university campus so that we may construct a nice temple there and preach this cult amongst the students. If this program is successful here, then we shall be able to introduce this system in all universities of the world and probably in different factories, institutes, etc. gradually. Although our philosophy is revolutionary, even in India also it is being received favorably. In our Kumbh Mela camp, it was very successful. Our camp stood our first in the whole campus. Many government high officials, retired high court judges, big police officers came to see me and invited me also for lecture, and all of them were very much encouraging. Our program of recruiting life members is also going on nicely. Actually, we are meeting our expenditures very heavily on this book distribution scheme of life membership. 50% is utilized for reprinting books, and 50% is being utilized for increasing the number of centers. I think the same program may be vigorously introduced in your country, and that will be a great success. I have received one letter from Gagamuni and replied it, and have just now received one from Vishnu Jana Swami, but have not heard from Brahmananda Swami for some time. Reports from Subala Maharaj are very encouraging. He has sent me some photos also, but our long outstanding program for opening a center in Paris is still in oblivion. I understand that Jaya Govinda is now very much interested in family life. Similarly, Umapati has now left Europe and gone back to the USA. The wife is Maya, but at the same time a great friend. Lord Chaitanya Prabhu remarked that the wife is the goddess of fortune somewhere, and somewhere she is a witch. Anyway, you are very strong and an ideal grahastha, and therefore, instead of being influenced by your wife, you have influenced her to take to Krishna consciousness. I expect every one of my students to come to your standard and remain steadfast in pushing on this moment of Krishna consciousness. Mandali Bhadra has changed his wife because he was also being deviated by his former wife, and I hope he will stand on this point steadily. I am very glad to learn that the situation in London is improving, and I am sure that as soon as Mukunda joins wholeheartedly, it will be all right. As soon as the new record album is imprinted, please send a copy to the above given Bombay address. I'm so glad to learn that a scientific bookkeeping system is being introduced in our different centers. If possible, some instruction may be sent here in Bombay for this scientific bookkeeping system. Here in India, although they are trying their best, still it is not satisfactory. Perfect accounts means every information regarding financial and stock situation must be ready for immediate reference, and not a single farthing should be wasted. There are many candidates for being initiated who are waiting, and I think when I return to USA by month of April, all their initiations can be performed. Yes, Tejios can be initiated for the second time by that tape record with earphoning method. It is very encouraging to note that a new branch is being opened in Wilmington, Delaware by Lalita Kumar and his wife. Encourage them and offer my full blessings for the endeavor. Please offer my blessings to the others there. Hoping this will meet you in good health, your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any take points, Mataji?
Yeah, Prabhuji, it's a very nice letter again, very long. I'll try and do my best. So here, he's saying to Rupa Nuga Prabhuji that do your continue with your preaching work and touring in your parts of the country. So he's obviously been from London to Buffalo, and he's been touring and preaching. So he's saying that do continue that, and in India also it's going very nicely. And he said that they are temporarily in, so they are in Gorakhpur and they have installed a deity temporarily. I think the importance of installing a deity is emphasized here. I think that then there is a connection. Then people will connect if there is a deity installed. If there is no deity installed, then people might disconnect and their mind will wander here and there. So if a deity is installed, then there will be service to the deity, prasadam, cooking will be done, changing of the abhushan, the vagas and everything. So there will be engagement there. Then there will be lectures. This is the program that that all the centers are following. So there will be lecture, aarti. So that way, then there will be engagement even when they are in temporary accommodation. So then he's also saying that actually it would be nice to have a plot of land in a university. So then preaching could be done from there to the students. So I don't know whether this has happened. I doubt it that has happened, but I'm not too sure about that. Maybe you or Sanjita Mataji would know. But yeah, that was the plan, that maybe they would take a plot of land in some university, and if it's successful, they will expand it to other universities as well. Then he's saying that our philosophy is revolutionary even in India. So by that, I'm thinking that, our philosophy is about, our soul is different to the body. The soul goes from one body to another, carrying with it the subtle senses with it. And then we are part and parcel of the Lord. So even though the Lord has all the qualities and we have all the qualities, the quantity is in minute quantities. So that philosophy and following the 4 regulative principles: no eating meat, gambling, sex outside marriage, and intoxication. And then the main thing is the chanting. So connecting to the deities, connecting to the Lord Krishna through devotional service. So if there is chanting there through Sankirtan movement, which was introduced by Lord Chaitanya, then that will connect us to the Lord. So he's saying that it's quite revolutionary, and it's been accepted by many people, high officials, when he went to the Kumbh Mela. So he's very happy about that. And then again, the recruiting of life members, because life members will help funding for printing of the books, and as well as creating new centers as well. So he's saying that importance of recruiting life members. Then he's saying that slightly concerned, worried that he's not heard from Brahmanand Swami for some time. He's received letters from other Vishnu Jana Swami and Gargamuni. And then he's talking about, Prabhuji, could you be able to move a bit down, please? So this bit I found interesting as well. He is saying that somehow is not very happy about what's happening in Paris. Well, or rather not happening in Paris, because even that was a plan. It's not coming to fruition. And that, I think, is because some people have gone back to USA. Others are very much interested in family life. And then he's saying that wife can be Maya as well, but so a distraction. And at the same time, if used her properly, then she could be a great friend as well. And there have been many examples where the husband and wife have worked together in Krishna consciousness and progressed so much, and brought Krishna consciousness children as well, and done a lot of preaching. So here he's saying, so this is very much is what you were talking about earlier, about from the purport, that the Maya, it can, if we are not determined enough, if we are not, if we haven't got the faith, our faith is not strong enough, and we don't persevere, then we would be taken up by Maya easily. And that probably is what's happening here. So he's slightly concerned, and he's saying that you are an ideal grahastha, and you are setting a very good example for the people. So he's very happy with that, and he wants all the students to come to that standard. So, and then there is a mention of Mandali Bhadra changed his wife again, I think, because maybe she was a distraction as well. I'm not too sure about that, I'm guessing. And then situation in London is improving with Mukunda Maharaj Swami joining. If I'm not mistaken, he was a key person in the with George Harrison as well, building a relationship. But I could be wrong there as well. And then the last thing that I would like to mention here is about the bookkeeping system. So I think he's very happy that the scientific book keeping system is being introduced elsewhere, and he would like instructions of how to do that to be sent to Bombay so that people can start doing that properly in Bombay, because he has always been very firm and very honest, transparent with his finances, and he wants everyone to do that as well. Because if anyone has any questions in future, then you would be able to find a reference straight away if it's logged properly. If it's not logged properly, then there could be issues. People would be blamed that they might be mismanaging or pocketing or doing fraud or something. So he's saying it has to be properly kept, the bookkeeping system. And he's saying not a single farthing should be. I quite like that, because farthing is a very old British term that they used to use for money. And then I think he said he will initiate people when he comes back to USA. And I think one Prabhuji is going to be initiated for the second time. And then he's happy with a new center being opened in Delaware. And it's all because of the devotees' endeavor. And that's what he would like to see, people to endeavor, work hard, and then open new centers and preach that way. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please fill in the blanks. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely explained, Mataji. It is very long letter, but you have covered everything very nicely. Okay, any other comments, dear devotee?
Hare Krishna, Lord.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Mataji.
Explained so nicely everything. That's very nicely explained. Just one point, like, about the Kumbh Mela. Here is mentioned in last year, like when there was a Kumbh Mela, Prabhupada, it was like what he has given some, like, Jagat Guru or something like that, declare, isn't it, in the newspaper?
Vishwa Guru.
Vishwa Guru, yeah.
Yes.
Jagat Guru, yeah, Vishwa Guru. So that was here. So he gets so much, like, in this Kumbh Mela, like many officer came, all this politician, and, and invite him to lecture and all this. And yeah, that's what that, yeah, Jagat Guru, like Vishwa Guru. So that is very proud for us that, as a ISKCON, we are in that parampara, and, we become Vishwa Guru. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji, for reminding that. Yes, there were two campuses, ISKCON campuses in the whole Kumbh Mela, Purna Kumbh Mela, or Mahakumbh Mela. It was so beautiful, and so many of those the historical evidences or pastimes of Krishna were nicely decorated, and just like another temple, exactly the temple setup. It is bigger than temple, we would say, because so many people come and take prasadam there. It's so nice. Any other comments? That is from Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Hare Krishna. You can hear me?
Yes, Mataji, now I can hear.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we are so fortunate. We didn't even plan to go there, and automatically we just end up over there. Remember last year when we had
Yes,
to get.
Mataji. Yes.
So it's also like Krishna's wish, because we didn't even know like how to reach and what is, like, because it's so much the sector over there and how to go there. But we end up somehow to go there. So that is also something, we are fortunate.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. It is very auspicious. All the pious people or who are trying to do some kind of pious activity, they all come together there. All pious people, somewhere or other, and they are just walking on a without shoes. It is so auspicious again, and Lord arranges that one.
Yeah, that was something, yeah. Okay.
So nice, so beautiful.
Yeah, because it's remembering me this like last year when Prabhupada had mentioned here this Kumbh Mela.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So when we go to the Kumbh Mela and also walking in that sand or the soil where all these pious and great saintly people are walking, it is so nice. Walking without shoes for a very long time, it is all auspicious. Even the dust is falling on our body, still it is auspicious. Though your body is completely dust, still it is good. Okay, so one must enjoy that bathing of dust of that area, all the Prayagraj. That is not ordinary one. So beautiful.
Yeah, even then in Vrindavan, Raman Reti, people like go and like put their sand on the body and everything.
Yes.
In
This is
Vrindavan.
Mahatpada Rajobhishekam, that dust of the um, all the saintly people falling on this is called Abhishekam.
Mm.
Rubbing that one must just take bath in that dust of that pious places.
Yeah.
That ecstasy, there is no limits and bounds. For other people, it may be think it is mad, but
Yeah, this was
this is
some people might think.
transcendently mad.
Mm.
एवं सुप्रियनामकीर्त्य जातानरागोद्धृतचित्तौच्चैः हसति अतो रोदिति रवति उन्मादवत् नृत्यति लोकबाह्यः. They do not care about other people, what they would think. This is unmadavat, just like a madman. Yata parikrutam, um, yata vaso parikrutam madirmadandaha. Madirmadandaha. Just like a drunkard man, how he acts like he doesn't know what he is doing. Likewise, devotees transcendently, they would do it consciously. They do all those things, bathe themselves in the dust,
Yeah.
covering Krishna and the devotees. Thank you, Mataji. Any other comments?
I just want to ask like small question. This Char Dham Yatra, Char Dham is called like Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamrotri, or like Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram, Dwarka, or like Badrinath. How does Char Dham
The Chardham,
describe?
it is generally connected to the Krishna's temples, Badrinath and Dwarkadish, Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram. That's the four
Yeah.
Chardhams. And again, Chardhams means four auspicious dhams. Maybe they will also add other Kedar Dham, other temples.
Gangotri, Yamrotri, okay.
Yeah. According to four auspicious dhams, any of four. They will name it as Chardham.
Okay, but mainly is the Dwarka and that
Yes.
Jagannath.
Yes.
Okay.
North, south, east, and west.
Yeah, so I managed to do that. So I thought I just want to make sure that that is what some people over there in India also called Chardham, Badrinath, Kedarnath, but Kedarnath was close, so I didn't manage. So I thought, but okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And one point here, Prabhupada, this about the Maya, the wife is Maya, this thing, it acts in different stages. For everyone, it acts in different stages. A person, a devotee and a non-devotee, and a wife is a devotee and a non-devotee. It works in the different patterns. Okay, so when the wife is not a devotee, husband is not a devotee, they both are enjoying in the materialistic way. And then like cats and dogs, there is no center point of Krishna consciousness there. So always there is fighting and everything is there. So nothing much happens. So no need to worry about it. And if a husband is a devotee, wife is not a devotee. And then wife acts in such a way that she wanted to do all kinds of sense gratification, where husband in the Krishna consciousness, he may not like all those things, but their wife is acting as in one side pulling down or opposing, but devotee husband, he would take every opportunity to progress himself and praying to the Lord that, oh mighty Lord, you gave this such kind of wife who is of materially, and then it is helping me to progress more into the spiritual life, though he's not cooperating. And that is one level. And the second, third one, a woman, wife is a devotee and man is not a devotee. Their wife is goddess of fortune. She would help the other person to upbring, but still he is not inclined. But somewhere other, because of the association, he will also get opportunity. Otherwise, wife is more powerful. She will bring automatically the husband into her control. That way, later on in the, but it will take some time. He is also fortunate, but here wife is a devotee. If both are devotee, their life is going very smoothly. Goddess of fortune, they are compared to Lakshmi Narayana, Sita Ram, like that. That goes very smoothly. There are those things are coming material things, some obstacles, but they will very easily cross all those things and run the life very easily. Okay, both are in Krishna consciousness. That is soft. Okay, but here Kapil Bhagavan describes that Pasmi Bhalam Mayaya Sri Maya Jaino Disham Kurvan Tad Padakrantan Bhru Vijnubena Kevalam. The woman, she will make the other any person to make them into, or if it is a husband or anyone, make them into to bring to the her feet by moving her eyebrows, just by eyebrows. Bru vijrumbena kevalam kurvan padak tat prada kurvan padakrantan. So such a powerful Maya. The frame of body, woman body itself is like that. Kapil Bhagavan describes. Pasimi bhalam mayaya. Look at the form of woman. It is my external energy. So one must be always alert when he is speaking or talking or associating with the woman. And also woman also must be again, there should be also alert. Husband, they think that this man is going to provide livelihood to me and giving children and giving house, paying bills and everything. That is also Maya. And another way for women, she has to realize that that is also not permanent. Of course, that is also given, that analogy is also given. Both analogies are given. He also mentions that if woman has got a nice home and everything is set up, that is an environment set up for her, how she departs her body from that environment. Kapila Bhagavan describes it is set up of the environment. Okay, so but yeah, in different angles, but here about how the Western disciples they have lived with their wives. Some of the examples are here. And that is some philosophy about from Bhagavatam. This from Srila Prabhupada's letters and my reflections as well. Okay, from the announcements point of view. So today Sunday, we have got evening japa session at 6:30 p.m. Okay, apart from that, there are no evening events. And also this historical presentation, now it is complete all the 3 sessions. Though it was somehow the information repeatedly coming, I think some of the devotees may not be liking because the repeated information. but it would have everything might have summarized in one session itself. But anyway, it took 3 sessions, but now finally it is completed. So now we'll raise this Lakshmi contribution and then send it to Prabhuji. So he will continue his work, though we do not directly participate in there, but unless devotees wanted to.
He has called from India.
Yes, Prabhuji Chakrapani Prabhuji. So
Okay.
his early morning at I think 1:30. So
Yeah.
his time.
Mm.
He generally wake up by 3:30 and then he woke up 2 hours before for this presentation itself.
Okay.
Okay, but that is his preference.
Mm.
Okay. And Vipin Vihari Prabhuji, Radha Sevaka Mataji, they were asking us to do it. But and also this was, though I am not inclined for all those things, but it is the devotees' desire to hear, because other devotee proposes, we put in front of the devotees, devotees choose. Okay, but anyway, we support that one. It is related to Krishna. Okay. Okay, and also with regards to the funds contribution, we are at standing at 689 pounds for all the projects. And I thank you everyone for kindly offering these Lakshmi contributions. Okay, so this historical fundraise, it will go up to 31st of January. So it is the first project to be closed. It is external project and we need to close it as soon as possible. And later on 15th of February for the Hebrew cows and the June and also what is the one more project? Bury Place. Those 3 projects will be 15th of February. Okay, that's all the updates from me. And the devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly do so.
So is there all project have like how much money you have to is like that collect like target or like not like
So, thank you, Mataji, for asking. For Nasimha Abhishek, that is 500 pounds. Okay, that date is 31st of March for raising the Lakshmi. And similarly for these projects, Historica, but we didn't have any target. We are raising based on the devotees, how they feel according to there is no exact target for it.
okay.
But Narsima Abhishek, that means it is 500 pound. They have already arranged, fixed that one. We need to give it to the temple.
Mhm.
But other things like a bury place, but June, it is a fixed amount with that around 160 pounds for that one. Other things like a bury place, donations, we did not put any limit or target for those things. According to the devotees' capacity, if devotees are doing it, then we are offering.
Veda base just put whatever you want.
Yes, Mataji. So for the weather base also, just at least if it is going 108 pounds, at least that would be fair. We have been always we use Veda base. And some devotees every month they contribute. If we see it here in the bottom, I think Indra Swami every month he contributes at least. Here the names will pop up who contributes at least 108 pounds. Their names are published here. So Sunday every month we would be seeing such names.
Okay.
And once we also saw that Aksbir Sangha also here. Okay. Any other comments? Any thoughts?
Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, just a question. You know this bit at the bottom, all people's names.
Yes.
That is the same when you look at any Veda
Yes.
base?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just for the... Oh, okay. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
So if you were to open another Veda base
Yes.
to look at something, it will be the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it will be same.
Oxford Sangha is here? No.
No, not yet, Mataji. Once we offer some contributions, at least 108 pounds, then name will appear here. Maybe after a week or so, once they receive it and then update, they will update here. Okay, thank you, Mataji. So whatever the page we go, so this is fixed. This part is fixed always. Okay. If you're all happy, then we shall move on to the Ramayana part. Okay, so in the Ramayana, it is Part 2, Chapter 10, Rama's terrible discovery, where Rama and Lakshman, they were searching for Sita. So Ravanasura has kidnapped Sita Devi and took to Lanka. And here, there Ravanasura is now, story is now happening in two sides. One side is Ravanasura because he is holding the Sita Devi there. And other side is the Rama and Lakshmana, they're trying to find. Okay, so here Rama and Lakshmana, they are searching for Sita and they have come to the point where they see that chariot the Ravanasura was taking, it was smashed by Jatayu, and that moles and also headless charioteer, he was also fall on that ground, and Rama and Lakshmana, they see that some of the ornaments of Ravanasura also fall in and around. Okay, so that is what they have seen, but there is only one footprints of single Rakshasa. It appeared that someone had fought against the demon, probably to protect Sita. So, so this is these kind of things. Last session we have discussed it. And also Rama was a bit angry, so because no one could protect Sita, and he wanted to destroy all the gods and everything else. So, and Lakshmana is going to pacify at that point to pacify Rama's anger. Previously, when Rama was crying, and then Lakshmana is again pacifying him, let us go and find. In such a way, he pacified. And now again, Rama got very angry that um, with all the demigods like that. Now again, Lakshmana is pacifying him. So Rama tightened his clothes, his lips trembled, he pressed them against his teeth, looked like Shiva intent upon the destruction of the universe at the end of an age. Taking from his quiver a dreadful looking arrow, he placed it upon his bow. Today I shall not be checked by conciliation or force. See now, dear Lakshman, as I bring down the gods from heaven. So now Lakshman grabbed hold of Rama's arm and stopped him from releasing his arrow. Okay, so with palms joined, he spoke gently to the infuriated Rama. You have always been dedicated to the good of all beings. Do not abandon your nature today, O Rama. Do not be swayed by anger. You should not destroy the worlds for one person's offense. Lords of this world are always just in their punishment. Therefore, display your forbearance, for it is as deep as that of the earth itself. Be calm and consider the situation with care. So this is how Lakshman is pacifying Ramachandra. And see here, Lakshmana grabbed hold of Rama's arm and stopped him from releasing his arrow. With palms joined, he spoke gently to the infuriated Rama. So Rama always does all good things. He is Vishnu, he is the maintainer, he knows what he is doing. And also Lakshmana is also um, he is the servant Godhead. He is always serving the Lord. He knows what Rama is. Adishesha knows what Vishnu is. Now he is all the demigods, they're all appointed administrators. Appointed administrators, appointed by only Vishnu only. So now here Lakshmana is pacifying Ramachandra. He says one statement, lords of this world are always just in their punishment. Because the demigods, they are in charge. There are 330 millions or 33 crores of demigods there for one god for each function. Means as long as this universe is there, they will be occupying one particular post and maintaining it. One post means, for example, if we take Indra's post, he needs to control drains and also so many other living entities as well, managing those things. So he is but in charge for one particular function, and likewise they have to carry out that duty. They have to carry out that duty. This is their job. Job means he is now bound, fixed. He cannot come out because it's a duty to be carried out. The lords of this world are always just in their punishment. This is what, and also Prabhupada in once he mentions that Durga Devi, she is in charge of this universe. She performs a thankless task, and then her task is to keep all the living entities, the criminal souls in this universe, and punish them. Okay, it is her duty. It is her duty. Similarly, the duty of the demigods are also like that. They are controlling deities or administrators. Okay, so here Lakshmana is speaking to Rama like that. So display your forbearance just like in the earth itself. Be calm and consider the situation with care. Okay, that is the mood. Now we shall read a page of paragraphs and then later we contemplate. Okay, can I request Meena Mataji to read the first 3 paragraphs, Mataji?
Lakshmana, I pointed out that they could see only the footprint of a single Rakshasa. It appears that someone had fought against the demon, probably to protect Sita. Whoever had abducted Sita was obviously possessed of great power. Perhaps no one was able to prevent the kidnapping. After all, who would approve of the destruction or kidnapping of Rama's spouse? The the gods and Gandharvas, the rivers, the seas, mountains, and indeed all living beings were not capable of giving offense to Rama, and any more than the priest at a sacrifice could offend the person for whom they were performing the ritual. Rama felt slightly pacified as Lakshmana continues, let us seek out the assistance of the great sages. With me by your side we shall search the whole earth with all its mountains and forests. If we still not find Sita, we shall go to the depth of the ocean and up to the rims of the god. O Rama, we shall not rest until we find your beloved, beloved, beloved wife. Lakshmana suggested that if still they did not find Sita, then Rama could let loses his venomous missiles upon the worlds. But first he should control his anger and seek his wife through peaceful means. Otherwise, what example would he set for the world? If the earth his ruler immediately resorted to violence when under duress, then what would ordinary men do? Could they be expected to exercise any control when in distress? In this world, calamities visited everywhere in due course of time, but they also disappears again. Happiness and distress follow one another in swift succession. One should not give way to either. Even the gods were subject to suffering. Uh, Even the gods were subject to suffering. One should neither rejoice nor grieve, grieve for material things, but with a peaceful mind carry out one's duties. This was the path to everlasting happiness. Lakshmana looked into Raman's eyes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Lakshmana is trying to pacify Ramachandra. And also by looking at this entire scenario, that chariot and the mole's headless charioteer, and then the footprints of the Rakshasa. Okay, so like and here giving all those evidences. So here they could see only the footprints of single Rakshasa. That means someone had fought against the demon, probably to protect Sita. These are pramanas. One is the Anumana, Pratyaksha, and the sound. One is Shabda. Because someone speaks, or Anumana. Um, Anumana means something might have happened, assuming. That is Anumana. And Pratyaksha Pramana is what is happened here. So here, based on the current circumstances, here Lakshmana is putting his statements. Probably to protect Sita, someone might have fought against the demon. So whoever had abducted Sita was obviously possessed of great power, because otherwise there is no one who can harm Rama and his wife, and they might have protected it, or they were no one tolerate if something, or no one would approve the destruction or kidnapping of Rama's spouse. So here Lakshmana is putting those points. Perhaps no one was able to prevent the kidnapping. So likewise, Lakshmana is putting the gods and Gandharvas, the rivers, seas, mountains, no, and indeed all living beings were not capable of giving offense to Rama any more than the priest at a sacrifice could offend the person for whom they were performing the ritual. So in the ritual, the priest will come and perform the sacrifice for the sake of the performer. A person who is offering all these ingredients, the paraphernalia to perform the sacrifice, he is the Yajman. Priests do not harm the Yajman. Similarly, here all these gods, rivers, seas, mountains, they're all serving in a way to king. King is Ramachandra, and also they're serving under the Vishnu. Vishnu is the appointed. Vishnu has appointed all of them. They're all serving the purpose of Vishnu. So now Lakshmana is giving those examples here. So no one could offend the person for whom they were performing the ritual. Now all these gods and Gandharvas, they're working for only Rama's sake. Okay, Rama felt slightly pacified as Lakshman continued. Lakshman is giving some kind of consolation and also pacifying Rama. Let us seek out the assistance of the great sages. With me by your side, we shall search the whole earth with all its mountains and forests. If we still do not find Sita, we shall go to the depths of the ocean and up to the realms of the gods. O Rama, we shall not rest until we find your beloved wife. So now Lakshmana is determined to support Ramachandra and to pacify him and to solve the issue. And then still if they do not find Sita, then Rama could let loose his venomous missiles upon the world. He can destroy whatever he wanted to do it. But this is part what here Lakshmana is doing. But first he should control his anger and seek his wife through peaceful means. This is what happens when the anger comes. Krodod bhavati sammohaha, sammoha smriti vibramaha, smriti bramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranasyati. And again, Trividasyedam. Uh, there are three kinds of paths to the hell. Trividasyedam narakam, advaram nashanam. There are three paths to the hell, that is anger, lust, and greed. So one should not get anger. So here Lakshmana is mentioning control his anger and seek his wife through peaceful means. Otherwise, what example would he set for the world? That is main thing. One should not get by angry, one should not achieve anything at all. Whenever one is peaceful, then he can make a good plans out of it. In the anger, the body, mind, everything will be changed. Krodad bhavati sammohaha, sammoha smriti vibramaha, smriti bramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranasyati. There is no auspicious outcome from the anger. So, Lakshmana is mentioning, that's why Santakaram bhujagasayanam. Lord is always Santa. He's always peaceful. He never gets angry at all. Santakaram bhujagasayanam. तस्मिन् प्रशांत विग्रहे गत विग्रह तस्मिन् प्रशांत पुरुषे गत विग्रहे वाम. Again, four Kumaras also mentions to the Lord, there will not be any enemies. Tasmin prashanta purushe gata vigrah. Prashanta purushe, the statements of four Kumaras when they visited the Vaikuntha Loka, they glorify the Lord. Lord is the Tasmin Prashanta Purushe, Gata Vigrahevan. And there are, how can this Jaya and Vijaya would think that there are enemies to the Lord and the enemies would be able to enter into the Vaikuntha at all, who is envious towards the Lord? That is not possible. If someone is coming, they must be the devotees only, and the well-wishers likewise. They mentions तस्मिन् प्रशांत पुरुषे गत विग्रहे वाम. को व आत्मत कोह कयोः. They mentions this very beautiful statement. So let me just bring that one. Going to the Vaikuntha here from Ayodhya. तस्मिन् प्रशांत पुरुषे गत विग्रहे वाम को व आत्मवत् कुहकयोः परिशंकनेह. Parishankaneha. How can they doubt? Parishanka is like not becoming trustworthy, doubting them. The sage said, who are these two persons who have developed such a discordant mentality, even though they are posed in the service of the Lord in the highest position and are expected to have developed the same qualities of the Lord? How are these two persons living in Vaikuntha? Where is the possibility of an enemy into this kingdom of God? The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no enemy who could be envious of him. Probably these two persons are impostors. Therefore, they suspect others to be like themselves. Okay, so here what I wanted to mention, Prashanta Purushe, without anxieties. This is the position of either Rama or the Vishnu, all the Vishnu Tattvas. Prashanta Purushe. So here, when Prashanta means even the Durvasa Muni or Bhrigu Muni comes in anger, Lord is still peaceful. Bhrigu Muni, he wanted to offend the Lord, but still Lord is peaceful. He will never ever get anger. So here Lakshmana is again reminding the Lord, you should control his anger and his wife through the seek his wife through peaceful means. So that's why when in our day-to-day life, if we come across, if children does not listen, wife does not listen, husband does not listen, and something is irritating us and it may bring angry to us, we must how to control that one. By anger, we cannot achieve any positive outcome. So here, seek his wife through peaceful means. So otherwise, what example would he set for the world? Now, if parent is angry, and parent, what kind of lesson he is going to give it to the children? Okay, sometimes anger is needed, but anger we need to bring to show it, but not punish the people. Okay, anger must be kept and then used for a particular purpose, but we should not use it. Just show it. If the earth's ruler immediately restored to violence when under duress, then what would ordinary men do? यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तद्देवेतरो Sait pramanam kurite lokaha tadanuvartate. Everyone would follow the great man's example. So, my dear brother Rama, if you exhibit your anger immediately because you are angry and try to destroy, what would you achieve? And ordinary all people will do it the same thing. Then miseries would happen in this world. What would ordinary men do? So, could they be expected to exercise any control when in distress? But actually, this world of mixed of all kinds of people. Now, Rama, he himself embodiment of all dharma, and Rama, if he himself is getting angry, and then what about ordinary people, Sudras, Vaishyas, and then the people in the mode of passion, Kshatriyas, and Brahmanas? What they will do? There would not be any example for them. So in this world, calamities visited everyone in due course of time, but they also disappear again. Can anyone cite any sloka from Bhagavad Gita? Krishna speaks to Arjuna in second chapter beginning. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Can anyone continue? Sitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Agamapayino anityaha. Tam titikshasva bharata. They will come and they will go. Agamapayino anityaha. They will come and go, they are not permanent. Tam titikshasva bharata. You just simply tolerate. So happiness and distress follow one another in swift succession. One should not give way to either. So even the gods were subject to suffering. One should neither rejoice nor grieve for material things. Okay, but with a peaceful mind, carry out one's duties. This Vitaraga Bhaikruda Manmayam Upashritaha. Vitaraga Bhaikruda Manmayamam Upashritaha. Bahvo tapasa pota madbhava magataha. So many people, by taking Krishna consciousness, they were purified from all kinds of impurities. This is Raga and Dvesha. Vitaraga Bhayakroda Manmayamam Upashritaha. Bahvo Jnana Tapasa Pota Madbhavam Agataha. They have attained the nature of Krishna consciousness. Madbhavam Agataha. And they achieved perfection of human life. This was the path to the everlasting happiness. Lakshman looked into Rama's eyes. It is Krishna is speaking, and of course Rama knows all those things. And Lakshman, he repeated those things and looking into Rama's eyes. Let us see. Of course, they are in the a different situation now. Okay, so we shall continue here. Next page of paragraphs. Jai Mataji, would you like to read next 3 paragraphs, Mataji?
Yes, yeah, thank you, Hare Krishna. Rama, from Rama, yes?
Yeah.
Rama felt slightly pacified.
This Mataji.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, yeah. O Rama, you have often instructed me in this way. Indeed, who can teach you, even if he be Brihaspati himself? I am only trying now to awaken your intelligence, which has been dulled by grief. Dear brother, people like you do not give way to grief even when faced with the gravest perils. Therefore, spare the worlds. Seek out only the sinful adversary who has stolen Sita. Rama put down his bow and replaced his arrow in its quiver. He was moved by his brother's beautifully worded advice. Controlling his anger, he thanked Lakshman and asked him what they should do next. Where should they begin to look? The two princes continued to walk south, discussing what to do. Soon they came upon Jatayu lying upon the ground. Seeing from a distance the mountainous bird drenched in blood, Rama exclaimed, Lakshman, here is Rakshasa in the guise of a bird. Surely this beast has devoured Sita. I shall make short work of it with my fiery arrows. Rama fitted a razor-headed arrow to his bow and bounded toward Jatayu. But as soon as he recognized the great bird, he lowered his weapon. Jatayu, close to death, saw Rama coming and raised his head. Vomiting blood, he spoke in a strained voice. O Rama, the godly Sita, and indeed my life have both been snatched away by Ravana. I flew to her assistance and fought with the demon. Although I smashed his chariot and killed his horses, I was finally cut down by him. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. No, Srila. Yeah.
Any reflections from the first paragraph, Mataji, you wanted to add?
So, Prabhuji, I don't know much about the Brihaspati angle. So, but the first paragraph, I think it's mostly Lakshman is pacifying and giving sound advice, even though being a younger brother. But Ram was so much in grief, so he couldn't think properly. Everything was, his intelligence was taken over by anger. So he's pacifying and saying that, just calm down, do not grieve. We will do things together and find out who has kidnapped Sita. But we need to just find out and spare the world. So spare the world meaning don't kill everyone, because it's only just one person who has done it. So don't be harsh on the rest of the world. Yes. Sorry, Prabhuji, is that that paragraph?
Yes, Mataji.
And sorry, I don't know much about Brihaspati.
Is a Brihaspati.
He is a sage, but I don't know how he was involved or.
Brihaspati is the spiritual master for all the demigods.
Oh, okay, for all the demigods. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, he is very learned and so.
Like Shankaracharya for the demons.
Sukracharya.
Sukracharya for the demons.
Yes,
Okay.
Brihaspati and Sukracharya, they both have learned together, I think, from one spiritual master, I think Angira Muni. Angira Muni is the father of Brihaspati. They both learned, and also later on, Sukracharya, he has got Mrityunjaya mantra also from different personality. They both are similar in the knowledge as well. But Brihaspati, After they completed their education, and the Brihaspati, he has accepted the position of spiritual master for all the demigods. Now, Sukracharya, uh, because one position is filled, another position he wanted to take as Acharya for someone. Now, he sees he doesn't have option for to become a guru for demigods. Now, he has gone to act as a spiritual master for the demons. Okay. And here, Brihaspati is appreciating Rama's intelligence. Rama knows all those things. You have often instructed me in this way, O Rama. Of course, Rama, he gave the Bhagavad in the form of Krishna, he gave Bhagavad Gita knowledge. And now, Krishna gave that Bhagavad Gita to Vivaswan. Within the same dynasty, Rama has appeared, where that knowledge is preserved in the Rajarshis dynasty. So, who can teach you, O Rama? You already know all those things. Even Brihaspati cannot teach you, even though Brihaspati is so learned one. He cannot even teach you because you are such kind of knowledge. You are all personified knowledge. So that is just a glimpse of information about Brihaspati. So here,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you, Mataji. Again, here further, later on, Rama put down his arrows back into his quiver, and then Rama thanked Lakshman and asked him that what they should do next. So this is the right thing. When we are in the problems, getting angry does not give any solution. First of all, pacifying the anger, that is the first task. Now, once we come to the steady state, now think. So when we are angry, no speaking, not fighting, always calm, quiet, especially. Then we cannot think properly because it will bewilder the intelligence. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha. And also we cannot bring out the old examples as well when we are angry. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho. And buddhi, intelligence also does not work. Buddhi nashat pranasyati. So nothing will come good from the anger. So now, controlling his anger, Rama thanked Lakshman and asked him what they should do next. Where should they begin to look? So now those two princes continue to walk south, discussing what to do. Now soon they came upon Jatayu lying upon the ground. Seeing from a distance the mountainous bird drenched in blood, Rama exclaimed. Now Rama is in the similar mood now. Of course, he has control, but uh, he is the most disturbed now because Sita Mata is not there. Immediately, Rama exclaimed, Lakshman, here is Rakshasa in the guise of a bird. Surely this beast has devoured Sita. I shall make short work of it with my fiery arrows. Okay, this is Rama's mood. Okay, and Rama fitted a razor-headed arrow to his bow and bounded toward Jatayu. But as soon as he recognized the great bird, he lowered his weapon. Now they recognized, but he did not release that weapon. Otherwise, some calamity would have happened. Okay, but he went there because that is one must be act with the clarity, act with the clarity, not by just doubt. Now they see that Jatayu close to death, and now Jatayu saw Rama coming and raised his head. Vomiting blood, he spoke in a strained voice. So here Jatayu and his elder brother Sampati, they both are vultures. Sampati is going to help Ramachandra by giving Ravanasura's movement and that information to the Vanaras. Here, Jatayu is giving again the kidnapping of Sita, that information to Rama. Of course, Jatayu also fought with Ravanasura. Now he is mentioning, O Rama, godly Sita, and indeed mentioning godly Sita immediately. And indeed my life have been both snatched away by Ravana. So he mentions the Ravana's information. I flew to her assistance and fought with the demon. Although I smashed his chariot and killed his horses, I was finally cut down by him. Now that information is passed on to Ramchandra. And then what is going to happen, we will see in the next page of paragraphs. Garinga Mataji, would you like to read next page, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Jatayu Prabhuji, this one? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Jatayu then described what had taken place. Upon hearing his story, Rama fell weeping to the ground. He embraced Jatayu and stroked his head. In great pain, Rama cried out, uh, Alas, who is more unfortunate than I? My sovereignty, can pronounce Prabhuji, is lost. I am exiled. My wife is stolen, and now my father's friend lies mortally wounded, having tried his best to help me. Rama questioned Jatayu. Where did Ravana take Sita? What did she say as she was being dragged away? How powerful was the Rakshasa, and where was his abode? Rama spoke weirdly in a tearful voice. Jatayu looked at him fondly, speaking in barley whisper. He replied, The demon conjured up a storm as the flew in the sky. As I contended with him, I soon became exhausted, being old and worn out. He then lopped off my wings. He sped away with his face pointing south. That's it, Prabhuji.
One more paragraph, Mataji.
Okay. The bird, the bird lay gasping. He rescued Rama that Sita would soon be found. The Rakshasa had kidnapped her at an hour which was favorable for her return. Although he knew it not. Jatayu said it was the Binda hour. According to scripture, treasure lost during that time is again recovered. That's
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
So
Krishna.
here, now Rama and Lakshmana coming to Jatayu. Jatayu then lifting his head and vomiting blood. So in a horrible condition, he's speaking to Ramachandra. At the time, he relayed all the story. After hearing that story, how Sita was kidnapped, and so there Sita Mata gave some instructions to Jatayu. Jatayu, Do not fight with this Rakshasa. This Rakshasa is so powerful. Just go and find Rama and then bring Rama here. But Jatayu, he wanted to fight with his strength. That is one point. Okay. So here, but Rama fell weeping to the ground. He embraced Jatayu and stroked his head. In great pain, Rama cried out, "Alas, who is more unfortunate than I?" Again, he is seeing so many things. So he was exiled, and then my sovereignty is lost. I am exiled. My wife is stolen, and now my father's friend Jatayu lies mortally wounded, having tried his best to help me. So just thinking of all the sequence of events. Generally, in our life, if we see when we are in particular disturbing conditions, we will calculate, oh, what has happened before and before. Oh, how unfortunate I am. We put all those sequence of events. How unfortunate I am. That is what it is. This is the material world. This is dukkha dosha anudarshanam. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. They will come automatically one after another. So now Rama is questioning Jatayu. Where did Ravana take Sita? What did she say as she was being dragged away? How powerful was the Rakshasa, and where was his abode? Rama spoke wildly in a tearful voice. Now Jatayu looked at him fondly, speaking in barely a whisper. He replied, because he is almost dying, so it is hardly he has got energy to speak. So the sound is coming like a whispering. The demon conjured up a storm, and as he flew in the sky, as I contented him, as I soon became exhausted, being old and worn out. He then lopped off my wings. He sped away with his face pointing south. Some information. So this demon going the southern direction. Now the bird lay gasping. He reassured Rama that Sita would soon be found, because that is the hour which is called Vinda hour, and any treasure lost in that hour, it can be recovered. So now that is favorable to that treasure will come back. So Sita Mata is going to be found by Rama in due course of time. But one must patiently search. Okay, that is the point here. He is mentioning auspicious time only, good time only. Okay, we shall move on further. Can I request Hangma Mataji to read next from here, 4 paragraphs, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Jatayu told Rama that Ravana was the son of the sage Vishrava and the half brother of Kuvera. Although he was immensely powerful, Rama would soon slay him. Jatayu was sure of it. As the old bird spoke, he felt his life departing, blood flowing continuously from his mouth. He looked at Rama with tears in his eyes, repeating Rama's name over and over. Jatayu gradually became silent. His head fell to the ground and his body slumped back. Rama stood with folded hands looking at his father's dear friend. He cried out in anguish, "Speak more, O noble bird, speak more." But Jatayu was dead. Rama gazed at him sorrowfully. Turning to Lakshman, he said, "Alas, this bird has laid down his life for my sake. Dear brother, it is clear that valiant souls who practice piety and virtue are found even in the lower species of life and not just among humans. The pain of seeing this vulture's death afflicts me as much as that caused by Sita's loss." Rama considered Jatayu to be as worthy of his worship as Dasharatha. He asked Lakshman to fetch logs so that they could build a funeral pyre. Rama looked at the bird and said, "You will attain unsurpassed realms of happiness, O king of birds. Never again will you take birth in this mortal world of pain and suffering."
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, so this is very beautiful paragraph giving an indication a person in Krishna consciousness, a person in Rama consciousness. Okay, there is no loss, even it is an animal being. Animal can be engaged in Krishna consciousness. Tiryag janapi ki musudharanaye. This is again Tevai vidanti aditaranti cha devamayam Sri Sudrahona Shabhrapi Papa Jivaha Yed Adbhuta Krama Parayana Sila Sikshaha Tiryag Janapi Kimu Sradharanaye Tiryag Janapi animals. So here the vulture, the Jatayu is a vulture. Now, because it is engaged for this, it is remembering Rama's name when it is getting died. Rama, Rama. And then his life was spent uh, only for the Rama's sake, Rama's service. So now Rama is treating that bird in different ways, and it needs to be treated similar to his father. And Rama is getting pain as whatever the pain he is getting because of loss of Sita, a similar way, because the loss of Jatayu's life, Rama is also feeling the same pain. Okay, that is again uh, how Lord is always inclined to his devotees. Okay, so now repeating Rama's name over and over, Jatayu gradually became silent. His head fell to the ground and his body slumped back. But Rama is still in agony, so he was crying in anguish. Speak more, O noble bird, speak more. So he wanted to hear more about Sita Devi as well. But now Jatayu is dead. Okay, now Rama is remembering how this bird has laid down his life for Rama's sake. And also mentioning these valiant souls who practice piety and virtue are found even in the lower species of life. It is very, and not just among humans. See, this one, we see there are so many examples. Sometimes we go to the temple, we see some elephants, the horses, the cows. They are engaged in the service of the deities. Elephants may come and go in front of all the procession. Okay, that is a service. And the cows are in the goshala. Their milk is being fed, used in the kitchen to prepare nice palatable dishes to the deities. That's a service. Okay, this is all payap. Uh, this is what is mentioning. Who practice piety and virtue are found even in the lower species of life and not just among humans. Those lives those cows or the elephants or the birds engaged in the service, they will be liberated soon. So here it is mentioned, the pain of seeing vulture's death afflicts me as much as that caused by Sita's loss. After saying, Rama considered Jatayu to be as worthy of his worship as Dasharatha, because Jatayu and Dasharatha, they are the friends. Once upon a time, when Dasharatha uh, he has faced some kind of feminine in his kingdom. So at that time, he understood from the Brahmanas or the Pandits that because of the Shani's influence on the kingdom, it is in the feminine state. At the time, Dasharatha wanted to go directly and meet Shani and then ask why he is influenced on his kingdom. So Dasharatha going in his chariot nearer to Shani, and Shani looking at Dasharatha that why he is coming near to me, just my glance itself, everything will be ruined. Why he is coming nearer to me? At the time, Shani does not wanted him, but I think somewhere or other he passed that message to somewhere. At the time, when he was about to come near Dasharatha's chariot was falling down. Dasharatha's chariot was falling down. At the time, Jatayu came in aid and protected Dasharatha. Jatayu protected Dasharatha. His life was protected by Jatayu at that time. After that, they both became the friends. So now that one, Jatayu also mentioned to Rama that your father was my friend when Rama came to the forest. Okay, so now Rama is taking those things. Rama considered Jatayu to be worthy of his worship as Dasharatha. So he asked Lakshman to fetch logs so that they could build a funnel pyre. And Rama looked at the bird and said, "You will attain unsurpassed realms of happiness, O king of birds. Never again you will take birth in this mortal world of pain and suffering. This is Dukkalayam and Shashvatam. Padam Padam Yadvipadam Natesham, not for the devotees. This is a place of miseries, but when we are living, we need to be very carefully living what to do, what not to do. We choose only the pious activities. Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam. Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam. Whatever is conducive to Krishna consciousness, we accept only those things and carry out. So here, Jatayu was blessed by Rama that it will attain the Vaikuntha planet. Okay, so that is that paragraph, and we shall move to the next page. Can I request Asha Mataji to read? Next page, please.
The The brothers placed Jadayu on the wood pile and set it alight. Rama personally recited the sacred mantras and performed the ritual, cremating Jadayu as he would his own relative. Both brothers then went to the Godavari and, after bathing in the river, offered in sacred water to Jadayu's departed soul. When the ritual was complete, Rama and Lakshman felt pleased, knowing that Jadayu had gone to divine regions of unending happiness. They fixed their minds on recovering Sita. Going in a southerly direction, they entered the deep forest, appearing like Vishnu and Indra going out to encounter the Asuras. Lakshman went ahead, wielding his long sword and hewing down the shrubs and creepers that blocked their progress. The forest was trackless and difficult to traverse, but the brothers moved swiftly, distressed and eager to find Sita. They looked all on sides but saw only the dense forest. Lions roared and birds of prey screamed above them. Thick darkness enveloped them as they penetrated deeply into the jungle. As they moved ahead vigorously and without fear, they began to perceive evil omens. Rama's left arm throbbed and his mind became disturbed. Jackals howled and crows emitted shrill cries. Rama said, "Be wary, O Lakshman. These signs definitely indicate some imminent danger." Hare Krishna, Prabhu. One more paragraph.
Yes, Mataji.
Even as he spoke, a loud noise suddenly resounded from ahead of them. It was deafening, deafening, and it filled the four quarters. Rama and Lakshman, with swords in hand, ran toward the sound. Here must be the demon responsible for taking Sita. They would soon depart him. Perhaps Sita was still there. The brothers raced ahead. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so here Ram and Lakshmana, so they have performed the funeral rites for Jatayu, and Rama chanted sacred mantras and then offered these oblations to Jatayu, the soul departed from the vulture's body. And once that part is done, and now they feel a bit relieved because knowing that it has attained the divine regions of unending happiness. Okay, so they felt, Rama and Lakshman felt pleased. Now their what is next task is to find Sita. So they concentrate. Now they're going towards the southern direction. They're appearing like a Vishnu and Indra going out to encounter Asuras. Okay, this again analogy is giving. Of course, they are not different from Rama and Lakshmana. They are Vasudeva Sankarsana and the two personalities. Okay, again Vishnu appearing like a Vishnu and Indra, another analogy. So in that one, Rama, Lakshman is always in the service of Rama. So whatever come in the way, so he will just cut down the shrubs and creepers and make the path clearer for Rama to walk. And they were entering into the deep forest. They see some kind of omens, evil omens. So there, Rama left arm throbbed and mind became disturbed. Okay, again, this is omens. And jackal howled, crows and emitted shrill cries. Rama said, "Beware, O Lakshman. These signs definitely indicate some imminent danger." And as Rama spoke, a loud noise suddenly resounded from ahead of them. Okay, which is deafening, and it filled the four quarters. Ram and Lakshman, with swords in hand, ran toward that sun, and then thinking that, so their mind is fixed on Sita Devi. Because of that, there might be Sita. This demon might have stolen Sita Devi. Okay, so here must be the demon responsible for it. And in such a way, let us go and kill this demon and we shall recover Sita Devi likewise. So their brothers racing towards that sun. Okay, let us see who that demon could be. So can I request Usha Mataji to read next page, Mataji? Okay, Usha Mataji is not here.
Because he left.
Okay, that's fine, Mataji. I shall do just one paragraph and then I stop there. So they suddenly broke into a clearing and saw a colossal Rakshasa seated there. Taller than the surrounding trees, the demon looked like a mountain peak. He had no neck or head, and his huge mouth was in his belly. The demon was dark blue in color and covered all over with sharp, bristling hair. At the top of his body was a single fearful eye, with blazed which blazed like fire. His long pointed tongue darted in and out, licking his lips. He had arms 8 miles long, and they drew toward him all kinds of animals. As Ram and Lakshman looked on, the Rakshasa devoured bears, tigers, and deer, which he crammed into his grasping mouth. Okay, this is, I think, it is the Kabandha. Kabandha demon. The name is not yet is visible here. So now such a demon, this is a description of the demon. Only one eye and he does not have neck, and head is now in the just pushed into the body, and then he has got long arms. Okay, that is a description of Rakshasa. And the brothers saw the Rakshasa from a distance of a mile. They looked in amazement as they stood there. The demon saw them and reached out with his two arms, which snapped about like two enormous creepers. Tightly grasping both brothers, he lifted them high above the ground. Lakshman cried out to Rama, "Free yourself, O Rama. Leave me as an offering to this devil. Make good your escape. I cannot release myself from this demon's clutches. After recovering Sita and the throne of Ayodhya, always remember me there." So Lakshmana wanted to sacrifice himself. And he wanted Rama to get escape. Make good your escape. Now, already torn by anguish due to having allowed Sita to be captured, Lakshmana was overcome by the demon. Now, Rama replied to his distraught brother, "Do not yield to fear, O Lakshman. A man like you should never feel dejected." Look at this one. So previously, when Rama was in the lamentation, Lakshmana gave advices to pacify him. And number of times Lakshmana previously Rama was consoling, pacifying Lakshman, and later on Lakshmana helped Rama. Now again, Rama is mentioning to Lakshman, do not yield to fear, O Lakshman. A man like you should never feel dejected. This is why we need to have a devotees association. So devotees, they speak whatever is required to come out from the that the situation dejections or lamentations. Okay, devotees always in the peaceful mode. They will always think what needs to be done. They do not that much come into the anxiety and anger. Okay, that's why we must be always in the devotees company. They speak and do things according to the scriptural point of view. So here Rama is assured, do not yield to fear, O Lakshman. Likewise. Okay, let me. Where do we stop? I think it is. Any comments, dear devotees? Whether we shall stop here or we shall continue? Or maybe we shall continue, but we'll give this. So let us stop here based on Rama's assuring words to Lakshmana. I request dear devotees, kindly share your thoughts or kindly ask questions. If anything is striking your mind, kindly share. So Ramayana is a very beautiful pastimes. When we keep hearing, we will feel to hear and hear. There would not be much uh, things, but here it would be a straightforward. Okay, any questions? Anything you wanted to ask?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it possible just to go above the paragraph where just before Jatayu says Ravana is the sage, son of sage. Yeah, I'm just looking at the paragraph above. So here, Prabhuji, there was no, not that paragraph, the few paragraphs above. Was there a mention of the jewelry being thrown or found? It's
Yes, Mataji. It is the Vrindavan.
so he had Jatayu had that
Jatayu is mentioning to Rama that a treasure lost during that time, Vrindavan, it will be recovered, again recovered, it will come back to us. So here, Sita Mata is a treasure to Ramachandra.
Okay, so he's talking about the treasure rather than what Sita Mataji maybe threw from the chariot. Did she throw jewelry?
No. Jewelry is not that jewelry. Here,
Yes, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, yeah.
so generally, the beautiful women, they are
Yes,
also considered.
yes, they are considered. Yes, but I was also thinking there was no mention of any other jewelry here either. Did
Yeah, but the main thing here, object is Sita Devi.
is Sita Devi? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Usha Mataji, any questions? Meena Mataji. Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Lord Rama is in human form, and at most time he's scared, he's worried about Sita Mata, and he's behaving like a normal human being. But sometimes he's liberating souls like Jadayu. Uh, how is that? Like he's giving blessings, and he said, "You don't take birth again; you go to the divine kingdom."
Yes.
But the next minute he worries about Sita Mataji.
Yes.
Why is that, Prabhu?
So here, it is a duty. Rama is a duty bound. What is to be done, that is a duty. And here, Jatayu, he has performed his duty. Now his time has come. And here, Rama is losing one of his friend. And because it is a devotee who has served Ramachandra. For that one, Rama is feeling compassionate to Jatayu, and also he is crying. He could not tolerate. And Jatayu, it left its body for the sake of Rama. So that's why seeing the pain of seeing this vulture's death afflicts me as much as that caused by Sita's loss. Okay, that is Rama's compassion and feeling towards it. Of course, when we lose our beloved ones, we also feel some kind of pain. Now it is dead, and we cannot recover it back. Now things needs to be passed on. So here, never again will you take birth in this mortal world of pain and suffering. Again, he is mentioning. And coming here further, when he is trying to find uh, Sita Devi, it is a duty to be done. And now he needs to protect Sita Devi, and he is the husband of Sita, giving protection to Sita. That is his duty. And one must carry out his duty without any fail. Swadharma Charanim Sekya, by his complete endeavors, one has to perform his duty. Rama is always a duty bound. For that sake, he needs to identify, find Sita and bring her, give protection to Sita Devi. For that one, he is now searching for Sita Devi. So here, that is also giving pain. So here, the pain of his pain is causing by Sita's loss. He is comparing the Jata's death. So sometimes in this world, we live with particular principles. What is the main thing when we speak some truth, and keeping to that truth, uh, that is called promise, living up to that standard is very difficult. We may speak so many things, but we cannot keep every word what we speak. But that is very difficult. But Rama is always like a Satyavakya Paripalana. Satyavakya Paripalana. Whatever he speaks, he do it. Now, as a husband, as a son, and whatever he is from keeping as a dharma, personified dharma, so that is his duty. He needs to carry out. So now he is, in order to fulfill that cause to bring Sita, so now he has got a duty. That is what I could contemplate here.
He's
Thank you,
doing the
Prabhu.
Leela, isn't it? Like, because he's doing the Leela. Otherwise, he knew what exactly happening. Everything.
Yes, it is the Leela, and also here Ramachandra mentioned before his appearance that he would live for 11,000 years as a human being to show humanity how to lead a life, this dharma, dharmically, um, one, how one can live piously like that.
And that's the way, like, they went, Parvati and Sivji was walking and when see this Rama and Lakshmana, like,
Yeah, that will come to know that
Yeah,
point.
I'm just saying that this was because he's just doing Leela, and then that's why even Parvati Mataji was saying, how come if he's God can, like, for the Sita Mata, can, what
Yes.
is the Leela?
Parvati Mata will disguise herself as Sita and come in front of Rama.
Yeah, because he also take this exam, like, because Sivji has told that he's doing this Leela, but still, the human is difficulty to understand at that time, like even Parvati, so.
Yeah, Parvati Mata, without telling Lord Shiva, she wanted to come and test. It's again little bit of pastime. We'll come to know that one later on. Thank you,
And
Mata.
and also, like, Jatayu is so fortunate to this all this ritual, like, by Ram, like when this Dasratha has not get this opportunity, like because Dasratha was, like Ram has left and Dasratha left his body. So Jatayu is so fortunate, like, in Ram's hand, he passed,
Yes,
like left his body and, like, all these rituals has done.
yes. They similar to Dasharatha. Dasharatha also left his body. Ram calling Rama, Rama. And Jatayu also.
No, but like Dasratha didn't get opportunity, like, ritual, like when Dasratha left body, Ram already has left forest. So
Yes,
Jatayu has, they have done all this after, like, left body, whatever ritual or whatever is follow, Ram has done for the Jatayu, but he didn't get Dasratha to do same thing for Dasratha because he was not there.
yes. But later on, after a year, I mean after 14 years, that means Dasharatha will come back to Ramachandra when during the Sita Mata's that Agni Pariksha. During that time, Dasharatha appears to Rama
Okay.
and then he speaks, and Rama will be very happy at that time. And then they embrace each other.
Mhm. And this somehow I know that that's why he went to the Swarg Loka first. Like Dasratha has to go because he has desired that to, like Ram,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes, yes. So he will come back.
That's why
At
he
the
comes.
time,
Yeah.
Indra, Lord Brahma, all gods will come there, and Brahma speaks to Rama, and then Rama, your supreme personality, but then Rama says, I am son of Dasharad. So Rama claims that I am son of Dasharad. And then Dasharatha was very pleased with Rama's behavior, and then he also chooses about Sita Mata. And then, after instruction of all the gods and fire god, Dasharatha, everyone, he accepts Sita Mata. Okay, that is a beautiful pastime at the end.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji.
Thank you, sir. I understand.
Yes, this is the duty. Rama is duty bound for that one to protect his devotees. For that purpose, it is not his sense gratificationary things. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions? Hangma Mataji, you wanted to add anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. No questions, Prabhuji, but I would just like to share that, as always, it is always so peaceful to hear and read Ramayana with all devotees. And today also we got opportunity to see, even being a Lord, since he was in his human form, he also went through so many emotions like extreme distress, and when he lost Sita Mata, and then and on top of being exiled, and then and seeing Jatayu's state like that, we saw that how he was also so much overwhelmed, and and but still we also got opportunity to read about how respectful he was during the end of Jatayu's time, and how as Mataji also mentioned, how Jatayu was so fortunate that his funeral rites were performed by Lord Rama. And yes, Prabhuji, every time we hear the stories, it's like new. It's so nice to know about his how he had lived his how he went through his life, and how merciful he was to all the devotees, and nice to know all that, Prabhuji. And yeah, today those were my takeaway points, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very beautiful reflections. Thank you, Mataji. And here, when the Rama is in the pain and Rama is trying to do something, always he is accompanied by either Lakshmana and the sages, Vasistha, Vishwamitra, and other great sages like Bharadwaja and Agastya Rishi. So many sages, they give an instructions to Rama, directions and instructions. And Lakshmana is always next to Rama to serve and also to pacify whenever he is in need. That's why in our life we also need to have people like that to give directions. Then life will be softer and smoother. That is perfect way of life. Rama did not require any of his supernatural powers at any point of time. Just by the devotees, also the sages, Lakshmana, and all the scriptural injunctions, by that time, with those things itself, he led all the perfect life. Okay, that is very beautiful thing. But when there is a time for the fight, in the battle, Ravanasura's battle, at the time he invokes some of the celestial weapons, but those are all material things. The main motto is to have devotees association. We can cross all over these small troubles in this world. This is again, what is one shloka? Bhajahure mana Shri Nandana Abhaya Charana Ravindhare Dulabhamanava Janama Satsange Dulabhamanava Janma Satsange Taruhe Bhava Sindhure. So Taruhe Bhava Sindhure, cross these material signs with association of devotees by the Satsanga. This is Rama and Lakshmana, all the sages. This is Satsanga. He has crossed all everything very easily and then carrying out its duties. Okay, it's a very beautiful reflections in one angle. Okay, so we are at 54 past 6 to 9, 6 minutes to 9. And date it is. If you have got anything, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This Usa Mataji's father-in-law passed away on Vasant Panchami, so we can just say 3 times like Hare Krishna mantra. For
Yes, Mataji.
I know she left, but yeah, thought.
Okay, that is on the Friday.
Yeah, on 23rd.
Oh, okay. Yes, Mataji.
Like 90 years old and just had his birthday like in a few days back, and yeah.
It's a 90th birthday.
Yeah, he was 1st of January and he became 90, and now after a few days, yeah. But he did not suffer that much, which is good. Like 3 months he was in bed, but not that long. So
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, we shall all do Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times.
for them, yeah. Okay.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Rama
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Usamataji.
So
And
hopefully,
same day, Basanta Panchami, did my elder son born that day, Prabhuji also, Prabhuji and Mataji. Yeah.
nice. It is all
Yeah.
auspicious. All auspicious.
Yes, Prabhuji. And he is a army. Then he also went to university last year. Then he got um, space engineer. So he's also knowledge is very. He have knowledge, Prabhuji. He is 40 years old. Then he learned. He study with 20 to 20 years old boys and girls. Then he got also distinction. He is when he study in school. Always he came to become to first. Then also he joined army from Nepal too. So he is going on Prabhuji. He is very intelligent. I think the Basanta Panchami he born that's why.
Very nice.
Yeah. Then he born in the afternoon 12 o'clock exactly 12 o'clock. So then Jyotisi told me 12 o'clock afternoon or night time. You can keep 12 o'clock. No, you you need to keep his. He have 1 hour. I can't say now. His born time is before later than 12. 12 past 15 is date. Born date is that because the Jyotisi told me that. So, yes, probably. This is very auspicious.
Yes, so nice to hear,
Yes.
Mataji.
Yeah, then Usa Mataji's father-in-law passed away that auspicious day. Very nice.
Yeah, auspicious day, which is good. Yeah.
Yes.
That is good. That is also good.
Yes.
Because there were so many event, like so many things happening on that day, isn't it? Like
Yes.
many sages has left there.
Yeah, many disappearance days, like one of the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's disappearance day, and other great personalities' appearance day is also on Vasanta Panchami, Saraswati Puja.
So it's nice, like auspicious day left his body.
Yeah. But Usha Mataji again joined today, yesterday, day before yesterday as well.
Yeah, still she was joining, and because some people becoming says he's left and coming back, and like but
Yeah.
Is
Mataji.
Meena Mataji, his father-in-law is he here or India?
no, he was in the home, passed away at home.
Here in UK, Mataji.
In UK, yeah, UK home, because he was
Oh.
living with Mataji's and husband, like Usa Mataji and husband. Her mother-in-law is still with her, with Usa Mataji.
In the separate home or Usha
No,
Mataji's home?
same home. And he also left his body in the home, at home as well, on his mother-in-law, people, and on mother-in-law's shoulder. Yeah.
Right, okay. What's it?
23rd on Friday.
Very nice. Thank
So
you.
at home, it's home as well, not hospital. So
But my Usha Mataji is still, though in those hard times, still Mataji is coming to Sangha and then hearing Katha, participating in recitation.
yeah.
Okay, that is a determination. We cannot stop the people who are leaving their body. We cannot stop. But what we can do, just chanting Hare Krishna devotees, that is all we can do. That is auspiciousness.
Yeah, we are thinking to get together our house and then do the Gita, Bhagavad Gita or something, for 12 days. They said for 12 days, like his soul is somewhere in at nearby, isn't it like that?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, we can just, auspicious thing. So, recite Bhagavad Gita all the day
Yeah.
until that, what is that day called? Observation day.
Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhu, to interrupt. Is it 12 days or 16 days the soul will be around?
It is, they will decide based on the person's circumstances. It's sometimes 13 days, 15 days, or
Or
something.
also all different from to soul to soul?
Yeah, it's not soul to soul. They will decide one particular day based on the moment when he left his body. Likewise, seventh day, or sometimes it may be ninth day, at least minimum 9 days at least.
Okay.
It varies
But some
from,
people, sorry, Prabhu, some people keep the body for the relative or son or daughter to come. So sometimes they keep it more than 2 weeks, Prabhu. In that situation, what would happen?
I do not know, Mataji, but for the cremation perspective, it must be cremated as soon as possible.
Yeah, but that
But
not
here,
impossible in this country, Prabhu. Isn't it?
yeah, because here they took him take him hospital and like they will like do everything, before. So
Get
they
a
will
certificate from the GP, then you need to
certificate
wait
and
for the
police came
cremation.
and everybody came like on her house and like now just taking. Yeah, so I don't know how long they will take. So yeah, your country this year is very difficult. Not
Back
same.
home, you can take it straight away, but in here, you need to wait for the
Yeah, they took to the hospital and
procedure.
procedures. Yeah, so you have to follow.
Yeah, this is most hellish condition for, yeah. As soon as the body, a soul leaves the body, and then immediately within a day or so, it must be cremated. Or maybe if the beloved ones are coming, maybe 1 or 2 days. That is the maximum thing. Otherwise, it should not be kept long time.
Yeah, but yeah, they have to follow the procedures. When they
Yes,
release, then only they
yes,
can
it
do.
longer. Yes.
But like somebody was asking me a question that if body leaves, they get another body straight away.
So, straight away in the sense, it will stay outside for some days until it finds a suitable body.
But then how is like there was a naraka like in Bhagavad Gita they mention about Bhagavad Gita sorry in Bhagavatam about narak. Then every like whatever you did you can get that naraka. So how does that work? So if they get the body, so how can they will go to the naraka? Like it's somebody
So
has to.
here, once he leaves the body, those Yama soldiers, Yama Dharmaraja soldiers, they will come and they will take him within 1 or 2 hours or so.
Okay.
So it is mentioned they will travel to 99,000 yojanas, that much distance within 2 to 3 hours, or
Okay.
2 to 3 muhurtas. 2 to 3 muhurtas. One muhurta is 40 to 48 minutes. Likewise, 2 to 3 muhurtas they mentioned approximately 2 hours or something like that. Within that, they will take, and then there, Yamadharmaraja gives so many of those punishment based on the pious and sinful activities. He will he will go through those things. He will first of all practice all those hellish conditions in the Yamaloka, and later on, once all those punishments are completed, then he will be put up into a particular womb of a mother.
To that, okay, within a 12 days, everything happened like that.
Yeah, we cannot say that it may be 12 days only or maybe few days itself, but we cannot be sure. But based on the karma of a living entity, and then because if he is so much of sinful person, and then that person is put up into sinful body of any mother, womb of a mother, and then take birth there and go through the life because he has already practiced it previously. That's why we can also see this person is being tortured. That living entity has got that strength to withstand all those struggles in the life. That's why this hell, some people say, hell is already in this material world itself. But he has already practiced those things before. That one Kapil Bhagwan describes.
Yeah, because somebody saying hell and heaven is everything in here, but it's not true, isn't it?
Yes, so here it is giving, what is that practice? Let me just bring that shloka thing on this one. So he says that that is that hell is that hellish condition. Is it 32? I think it is 30th chapter. I don't remember exactly. Adverse fruitful activities. त्रिभिर्मुहूर्तैः द्वाभ्यां वा नीतः प्राप्नोति यातनाः. Thus he has to pass 99,000 yojanas within 2 or 3 moments. Then he is at once engaged in the torturous punishment which he is destined to suffer. And then he is placed in the midst of burning pieces of wood and his limbs are set on fire. In some cases, he is made to eat his own flesh or have it eaten by others. His entrails are pulled out by hounds and vultures of hell, even though he is still alive to see it, and he is subjected to torment by serpents, scorpions, gnats, and other creatures that bite him. Next, his limbs are lopped off and torn asunder by elephants. He is hurled down from hilltops, and he is also held captive either in water or in cave. And the men and women whose lives were built upon indulgence in illicit sex life are put into many kinds of miserable conditions in the hells known as Tamishra, Antamishra, and Raurava. So here it says, he concludes that one. अत्रैव नरकः स्वर्गः इति मातः प्रचक्षते या यातना वै नारक्यस्ता इहापि उपलक्षिताः. My dear mother, it is sometimes said that we experience hell or heaven on this planet, for hellish punishments are sometimes visible on this planet also. So here Prabhupada mentions that they are trained in the hellish conditions to practice. So on the planet of Yamaraja, the sinful man is given the chance to practice living in the hellish conditions which he will have to endure in the next life, and then he is given a chance to take birth on another planet to continue his hellish life. For a man, for example, if a man is to be punished to remain in the hell and eat stool and urine, then first of all he practices such habits on the planet of Yamaraja, and then he is given a particular type of body, that of a hog, so that he can eat stool and think that he is enjoying life. So it is stated previously that in any hellish condition, the conditioned soul thinks he is happy. Otherwise, it would not be possible for him to suffer hellish life.
Yeah, very true. First we go Yamaraj and then we get the body and practice. Okay.
First, they will get the practice, chance to practice in the Yamrama. Then they will be put up into a particular species of life.
But when they are in one mother's womb at that time, they are thinking that they will do everything good and this and that. And but when come out, everything is forget because how we can see inside. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. So again, that soul, he remembers Janma Karma Setodbhavam. Atra, so he will be Janma Karma Setodbhavam. Janma Karma. What is that one?
Why we do the Pitru Tarpan every year if that is already get the body and everything is happening within? So why everybody do the Pitru?
Pitru Karma, it is a duty so that now he is in the hellish condition life. So at least he will get a relief.
Okay, even though he's in the earthly planet somewhere still, like
yes,
that?
he will be relieved from such kind of pains. Again, he will be elevated back.
Even though he gets any animal or anything, he can still get by doing this Pitru Karma.
Yes.
Get a human again or something like that. Okay.
Yes.
But then some I heard like crow, like if you give something here, they can give like they can eat for whole year. So what that is something different?
Crow is kind of a Yamadharmaraja's representative. It seems to receive to receive some kind of pinda, something like that.
And then that was saying that if you do it once a year, like to your father or whatever, and that will he can get whole year eating that. So that means he even though he get the body like that.
I do not know, Mataji.
Yeah, that was I heard from that every year that's why.
But it is a matter of the performing the Pitru Tarpana. It must be done by the children.
So whatever body he got it, if it's any, then he can get the next life, proper like that. You mean like that?
Yes, he will be elevated. So
Okay.
for the forefathers, if one person may be there performing sinful activities, but there are so many forefathers in that lineage, they will bless him.
Okay, and then this way he can get a liberation or like another human birth or like that.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But one must carry out those duty as a matter of duty. As when we read Krishna book, there are Krishna's day-to-day activities. Krishna was also doing the similar kind of activities.
When Ramchandra has done.
Yeah, Rama is doing all those things as a matter of duty.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has went to the Gaya and done same thing, isn't it?
Yes, as a matter of duty, we have to carry out.
Mm-hmm.
But Krishna conscious devotee, a sannyasi, they do not have to do it compulsorily because who are surrendered to Krishna completely, no more further activities outside of Krishna conscious. Though they do not have to do it, but as a matter of duty to lead an example in the society, they will do it. To lead as an example.
But sometimes like people think that oh we are Krishna conscious and then they get some like what you call and then say oh we are good but not still they are not like that pure or anything like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because even though they're just saying okay we are chanting and this and that and but still like their purity only some of the so many of after so many one get that purity and so
Yes. Purity
that's
goes
why
to
when the Krishna conscious, they don't have to think that okay, we are in here, we don't need to do it because it's not in that stage. We are still in purity.
Yes, Mataji, that's right. We need to live like an example for everyone else. Otherwise, people who are not in pure, they may imitate that, oh, I am also, but still internally he is not pure, and he will stop all the homely activities, his duties, then he will fall down. That's why the activities as per Varnashram Dharma, we do not neglect our day-to-day rules. So he is the Sayat Pramanam Kurite Lokahata Dhanvartate. pramanam that is needed. Thank you, Mataji. Anything else? Otherwise, we shall conclude. Okay, so we shall conclude our session and continue further. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Hare Krishna.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद
Prabhupada ki jai.
जय।
Thank you, Prabhuji. Say three Hari Bol to Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari bol.
Hari Bol.
Bol.
Hari bol. Hari bol.
Hari bol to everyone. Thank you so much. All those Srila Prabhupada. And for Hanma Mataji, so just was also mentioning to one point in this one, this is what I was trying to give this chapter for you to read, Mataji. This is first, it gives the enlightenment, how a living entity come into this material world. कर्मण दैवनेत्रेण जन्तुः देहोपते स्त्रियः प्रविष्टवधरं पुंसो रेतः कनाश्रयः. And then here there are few things. Step 1, and what is the 5 days and 10 days how the living entity goes in the womb of a mother. And then later on, how baby develops in the 2nd month, 3rd month, and then 5th month he'll be hungry. And then in 6th month, baby will be moved in the womb. And the 7th month, so baby is hungry, and whatever mother eats, and it will how it affects the baby. Matho jagdannapanat jehi etad dhatuhu asammate. This baby in the womb of mother, how his condition is. And then later on it gives karma bhikshata sarvangaha saukumaryat pratikshanam. And when the mother maintains a nice dietary, baby is good. But there are in the womb the krumibihi, there are worms, they will bite the baby, and baby will feel so much of unhappiness there. So when we eating, the food must be in the sattvika food and not spices and all those things. It is for the sake of the baby. And then further, the katu tekshna vushna lavana ruksha amlad bihulbanaihi matru bhuktaihi. What are the mother eats? Matru bhuktaihi upsprishtaha sarvanga uttita vedanaha. Baby will suffer so much of pain, intolerable, based on the mother's eating habits. Okay, pungent foods. Food which is too salty or too sour, the body of the child incessantly suffers pains which are almost intolerable. And further, it gives vulbhena samritaha tasmin antareksha bahiravritaha. And baby's condition. And the baby is in the shape is like a bow shape, like a bow. And then he prays, lifting his hands and prays to the God. And he's just like a bird in a cage. And he will remember all 100 births of lifetimes, past 100 births. And he cries a lot, grieves wretchedly. What is the possibility of peace of mind in that condition? So in that particular circumstances, when we are reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, at the time, it will give solace to the baby in the womb. And he will very carefully hear, especially from the 7th month onwards. Okay, because he is in the grievous state, remembering all the 100 past lives. And then here further, he is praying. There are worms in the womb. This is also, there are few other things here. We just keep on moving, baby. Sometimes keep on moving. It is like worms. It is described here. Sometimes parents mothers may be feeling that baby is moving, feeling happiness, but actually baby, like the worms born of the same filthy abdominal cavity, he cannot remain in one place. He will keep on moving because sometimes the worms may be biting him. He is not comfortable. There are various other reasons. And here he prays to the Lord in that womb of your mother. Lifting his hands, he prays with folded hands, appealing to the Lord who has put him in that condition. This is called Garbhastha Narakam. Garbhastha Narakam. When the baby in the womb, he feels so much of hellish condition. He prays to the Lord. There are 12 shlokas, around 10 shlokas comes here. He prays to the Lord, how he wanted to be protected by the Lord. And finally, this very beautiful prayers, and at the last, I just bring to the last one. Uh, he says, the last shloka he says, Tasmadaham Vikta Viklava Buddharishya. So here, just one shloka before, Aham Soham Vasannapi Vibho Bhotukavasam Garbha Nanijikamisha Bahiranda Kuhe. He says, although I am living in the terrible condition, I do not wish to depart from my mother's abdomen to fall again into the blind well of materialistic life. Your external energy called Deva Maya at once captures the newly born child and immediately forms identification, which is the beginning of the cycle of continuous birth and death begins. And then, because of those different reasons, he says, Tasmadaham Vikta Viklo Buddharishya. Therefore, without being agitated anymore, I shall deliver myself from the darkness of nescience with help of my friend, clear consciousness. Simply by keeping the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in my hand, I shall be saved from entering into the womb of many mothers for repeated birth and death. It is the prayers of a baby in the womb. So, as a mother,
Which chapter, Prabhuji? This is which chapter?
this is Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 31.
Okay.
So here,
This is only belong to like human, like mother in like, or also animal, like also get same
that's
baby
why
prayer, or only just the human baby prayer. How does that work? For every scriptures have like this.
very nice question, Mataji. So here in this prayers, beginning of this one, so it mentions Jantur Vacha. Jantur Vacha, not baby Vacha like that. Jantur Vacha. So here in the translation, Prabhupada mentions human soul says. Jantur Vacha, human soul.
It's a
But
human soul. Okay. Yeah.
so what it means to us when we are giving birth to the baby, how much careful we need to be looking after him. Give a birth to the Krishna conscious child, and child is going through so much of pains in the Garbhastha Naraka, coming into this world, and from his 6th, 7th month onwards, like Narada Muni, he speaks Bhagavatam to Prahlad when he was in the womb. So this is a practice we need to give it to the baby. At the moment, baby in the womb, he will be going through so much of sufferings. But when we read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, it will give solace to him.
So, Prabhuji, is it only from, did you mention, is it only from 5th month that the baby starts remembering the past life and grieving, or is it also before that the baby is conscious?
So here it is described here. So Tatra Labdha Smriti Dhaivad. Akalpaha, it is from the 7th month onwards. It is described development until 7th month. And
Okay.
then after 7th month, he he's feeling his situation is like that, describing here. In the 9th shloka, Akalpaha Swangaha Chestayam Sekunta Iva Panjare, like a bird in the cage. Tatra Labdha Smriti Daivad, he remembers the past lives. Karma Janma Seta Udbhavam, 100 lifetimes. Smaran Dirgam Anuchvasam, he remembering and Anuchvasam, breathing heavily. Sharma Kim Nama Vindate, how can he will get any peace there? What is the peace of mind in that condition? When he is remembering about his 100 lifetimes. He grieves wretchedly. He cries. So this chapter gives so much of knowledge for a mother to look after how baby goes through different stages of life in the womb. That's why, as a practical thing, when my sister was pregnant, at the time, she used to have only the apples, fruits, all, and no salty foods. But salt was there, but mild. No spicy foods, very mild. And then all kinds of precautions, only healthy food. And offering whatever is offering to Krishna, then we consume it. Then, in such a way, baby will not go through so much of torturing. So, as soon as possible, we engage ourselves, uh, chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, always be peaceful, not taking too much of anxiety, and taking all sattvic food. Then baby will be in the normal condition. And then, because of spiritual readings, he will get solace.
Like if you are like some of them depression and something happen like towards pregnancy, so it will be affect the baby as well.
Yes, that is a distress, depression's time, because reading the scriptures, you will be come out of the depressions.
Or some problem going through at the time. Like,
Yes, by
this can
scriptural
affect the
study.
children as well, like whoever baby.
If you do not read the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, that depression will stay within the body and mind.
So it impact to the baby. That will.
Yes, it will impact the baby. When we read Bhagavad Gita, that one, Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. So Yasham Vaishriyamanam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadyate Pumsaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. There is no lamentation, no fear, no illusion. And devotion to Krishna will sprout when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the Vaishnavas. Okay, these are a few things. Just when we know these are the things, we will be more alert to take care of our child. When he comes into the material world, Krishna conscious child, when he comes in the material world, it will be so pleasing to the mother. Sometimes if child comes beautiful, but not Krishna consciousness, immediately he may give pleasure, but by his activities, by nature, it may not be pleasing to the parents in due course of time, later on, not immediately, but in later life. But when the Krishna conscious child comes, he will give pleasure from beginning to the end. That is the auspicious thing for the parents, especially. So we invite such kind of souls into our womb. We pray when we are inviting the soul into our room. We pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, I want only your devotee to be in my womb, a pure devotee of the Lord. But when we have a baby in the womb, we still read the scriptures. And then the baby's consciousness will be changed. It is only the consciousness, but souls are of the same nature. But consciousness can be changed at any point of state, whether he is in the womb, outside the womb, or the old person, young person, or baby. Consciousness can be changed by engaging oneself in the devotional service.
Also, one more question, Prabhuji. Sorry if I'm taking up time. Um, so, as they say that the soul's destiny is already destined, and so if we read the scriptures during in the womb, so does it change the baby's destiny or
Yes.
anything?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam every day, It will change the consciousness of a baby. So here Prahlad Maharaj, though he was born from demonic father, but though in the womb, when she was pregnant, Indra was trying to kidnap. Later on, Narada Muni brought her to his ashrama, started speaking Bhagavatam. His consciousness is changed entirely.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Prabhuji. It's all the scriptures that this one you shared. It's like it was there thousands of years ago. The knowledge that it was passed down, and all the modern science they are just doing these things a few hundred years ago. It's so wonderful knowledge. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Mataji. And also in the home, we see baby Krishna, all Krishna's pictures in the home. To see whatever our eyes are falling on the wall, we see only Krishna. That becomes Krishna consciousness. Hearing the ears also, hearing Krishna Katha. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And hearing Krishna's kirtans, bhajans, only Krishna's kirtans. Not movie songs or something like that. Devotees, Krishna's kirtans. And engaging ourselves in kirtan, singing very beautiful kirtans, Vrindavana Ramyastana, very beautiful Bhajahure Mana Shri Nandana. When we come to sing, our consciousness, our mood is inclined to Krishna. Then child will automatically come into same Krishna conscious child.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing the knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Anything else, or we shall conclude? Okay, so we continue with the further japa. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि